The real battle is not fought in arenas or dojos. It unfolds silently within the depths of your own mind. Strength, in its truest form, isn't about how much weight you can lift or how powerfully you can strike. It's about how well you can face your own fears, insecurities, and emotional storms without being consumed by them. The inner war is the most relentless and personal one you'll ever encounter. It never ends. It never sleeps. It shows up in the quiet moments of doubt, in the decisions you make when no one is watching, in the anger you must hold back, and in the temptations you must resist. A true warrior, in the Shaolin spirit, is one who does not seek to defeat others, but instead turns inward and seeks to overcome himself, his impatience, his laziness, his ego, his anxiety. Every step toward self-awareness is a step away from weakness. Mastering yourself is the highest victory, because when you can control your thoughts, your emotions, and your responses, no external force can truly shake you. You become grounded, balanced, and unshakable. This inner conquest is not won in a day. It demands daily discipline, reflection, and honesty. It requires that you look at your flaws not with shame, but with courage, willing to face them and transform them. Through this, the warrior doesn't just become strong, he becomes wise, compassionate, and deeply human. And that is the essence of true might. There comes a moment in every person's life when the blaming must stop, when the fingers pointing outward must turn inward. It's easy to fault others, to say that circumstances, people, or luck are the reasons we suffer or remain stuck, but true transformation begins when you understand that you are the one holding the reins. Responsibility is not a burden, it's a form of empowerment. When you accept that your thoughts, choices, and behaviors are within your control, you step into a place of immense strength. Taking responsibility means no longer waiting for someone else to rescue you, fix your problems, or change your situation. It means understanding that your reaction to any event, no matter how difficult or unfair, is entirely your own. Life will throw challenges at you, betrayals, failures, disappointments, but how you respond to them is where your power lies. Your peace is not dictated by external events. It is shaped by your internal discipline and clarity. The Shaolin spirit teaches that responsibility is the foundation of mastery. If you want growth, you must take ownership of your daily habits. If you seek peace, you must own your inner dialogue. If you desire strength, you must take full responsibility for your physical and mental condition. This mindset does not make life easier, but it makes you stronger. When you embrace responsibility fully, you begin to live intentionally. You stop drifting, stop blaming, and start acting. You become the creator of your journey, not just a passive participant. And in this commitment to self-accountability, you find freedom, not because life gets lighter, but because you become capable of carrying its weight with wisdom and grace. At Shaolin, the purpose of physical training goes far beyond preparing for combat or building muscle. It is a profound and ancient method of cultivating inner stillness through outward movement. Every kick, every stance, every breath, and every repetition is more than a physical action. It is a form of meditation. The body becomes the gateway to reach the mind. By disciplining the body through structure, repetition, and control, we gradually teach the mind to let go of chaos and distractions. When your body is fully engaged in motion, whether balancing in a difficult posture or repeating a form for the 100th time, there is no space for the mind to wander. It must be here, in the now. This intense focus, born through physical effort, silences the noise of the outside world and the inner chatter that clouds your clarity. Movement becomes mindfulness. Training becomes awareness. This connection between body and mind is central to the Shaolin tradition. In a world filled with constant stimulation and mental clutter, it is through the simplicity of structured training that we rediscover mental peace. The physical discipline pushes the practitioner into discomfort, and in that discomfort, the mind is tested. Will it panic? Will it flee? Or will it observe and adapt? Over time, this practice builds not just physical endurance, but emotional and psychological resilience. Disciplining the body is not about punishment or perfection. It's about refining your energy, sharpening your focus, and learning to be fully present. The stronger and more aligned your body becomes, the clearer and more still your mind grows. It is a path of harmony, where effort leads to serenity, and motion leads to stillness. In mastering the body, we begin to master the mind, and that is the true purpose of the Shaolin path. Suffering, though often feared and resisted, is one of life's most profound teachers. It comes not to destroy us, but to reveal who we truly are beneath the surface of comfort and routine. In the Shaolin philosophy, suffering is not seen as an enemy or something to be avoided. It is embraced as a necessary and valuable part of growth. Pain, failure, and struggle are not punishments handed down by fate. They are opportunities, invitations to go deeper, to understand more, and to become stronger. When you experience hardship, it strips away the superficial and exposes your raw self. It forces you to confront your limits, your fears, and your attachments. This confrontation can be uncomfortable, even painful, but within that discomfort lies the possibility of transformation. When you endure suffering with awareness and presence, it becomes a mirror, showing you where your inner work must begin. Too often, people run from pain, numb themselves to discomfort, or blame others for their hardships. But the Shaolin way is to face suffering directly, to lean into the storm with calm and clarity. Every drop of sweat during training, every aching muscle, every failure, these are lessons. They teach patience, they teach humility, they teach resilience, and most importantly, they teach acceptance not of defeat, but of the truth that life is impermanent and that growth requires struggle. The value of suffering is not in the pain itself, but in what it reveals and what it refines. Just as steel is forged through fire, character is shaped through adversity. When you stop running from your struggles and start learning from them, you unlock a deep inner strength. You begin to realize that suffering does not weaken you, it awakens you. Through suffering, we discover wisdom. Through pain, we develop compassion. And through challenge, we become unshakable. The goal is not to live a life without suffering, but to become someone who can walk through it with grace, understanding, and purpose. The Shaolin spirit is far more than the mastery of fighting techniques or the display of physical strength. It is a way of living, thinking, and being. While martial arts may appear to be about combat on the surface, their true purpose lies in cultivating the spirit within. Every movement, every breath, every form practiced in Shaolin tradition is a means of self-discovery, not self-glorification. The goal is not to overpower others, but to overcome ignorance, ego, and inner turmoil. To live with the Shaolin spirit means to approach life with mindfulness, discipline, and compassion. It means embodying humility even when you are strong, remaining calm in chaos, and choosing peace over provocation. A true Shaolin practitioner understands that the greatest victories are those won without conflict, and that true power lies in restraint, not aggression. The martial arts are simply the outer expression of an inner journey, a journey toward clarity, balance, and harmony. This way of living is about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with values such as respect, patience, and integrity. It is about showing kindness not only to others, but to yourself. It's about moving through the world with presence, fully aware of your surroundings, your emotions, and your responsibilities. Whether you are training, working, resting, or simply walking down the street, the Shaolin spirit calls you to be intentional and aware. By internalizing this path, you come to realize that every moment is an opportunity to train, not just the body, but the heart and the mind. You no longer separate the practice of martial arts from daily life, because life itself becomes your training ground. You sharpen your awareness in silence, strengthen your patience in traffic, practice compassion in conflict, and demonstrate courage in adversity. Living with the Shaolin spirit is about becoming a peaceful warrior, someone who carries stillness within, acts with purpose, and uplifts others through example. It is a lifelong path, and it is open to anyone willing to walk it, not just those who wear robes or learn combat, but anyone who seeks to live with depth, wisdom, and hone in. The end. The Shaolin spirit is not about being the strongest or the fastest. It's about being the most conscious, the most disciplined, and the most centered version of yourself. It teaches that real power comes from within, from mastering your thoughts, embracing responsibility, facing suffering with courage, and living each day with intention. Whether you step onto a training mat or into the challenges of daily life, the path remains the same, a journey toward inner balance, clarity, and peace. Walk it with humility, live it with integrity, and carry the spirit with you always.